Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day. For this reading I want to use the Universal Tarot. So let me show you what these look like. This is one of those really good decks to use if you're learning the tarot. And by the way, someone suggested something via the email. I just want to get your take on it, by the way. They asked if I do a live tarot course. And I was thinking, I've got the tarot course on the website, but I did that ages ago. That was like 7 years ago. So I was thinking I could do like a live tarot course over maybe like once a week over 2-3 months. We could see how, long it would take to get through the syllabus. And I think that would be fun. We could do it online together. So let me know what you think. Okay. So let's see what the cards have to say about Tuesday the 14th then. And what energy you'll be working with. First card, the 10 of Wands. Okay. Temperance. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I'm sorry if this is overly simplistic, but what I'm getting from this is that you drop all the burdens, you drop the rock, you detox from that, and decide, instead of just surviving and managing all your circumstances like this man is doing, instead you're going to look at a more long-term goal. Or it appears to you. So instead of, okay, I'm going to work every day and paying my bills and taking care of the kids, it becomes, what do I want my life to mean? What do I want to do in the next 5 years? What can I detox, let go of? And what else is there for me to understand and strive towards and move towards? So it gives you a much deeper kind of approach to your life, and it gives you a plan that underpins everything else you're doing in a practical way. And that decision or that change of focus is really life-changing, because you're literally taking control of your life by doing that. Because if you think it, then you can make it real. You can make it happen. But if it's not in your mind, then it doesn't exist. In spiritual truth, in your truth, any truth. That's why it's so important to kind of open up to the higher realms and to meditate, because that's where those ideas come from and those different perspectives on your own life, so that it's like, oh wow, I don't have to do it like this, I can do it differently, and the universe has just taught me something. It'd be great, I was thinking this the other day, if we all had people in our lives who were very skilled and educated, and who could teach us and really give us life skills that mean we would have this successful and abundant experience. But not all of us have like all these geniuses in our lives who can teach us. So if you're not coming across those people, where else can you get the learning? You can read about stuff, but you also have this inner library where you can close your eyes, connect in whatever way you do it, meditation or chanting. And that's another teacher that's always available. So let's see what the cards mean one by one. So the 10 of Wands is about getting to a place where you have been super passionate and motivated and focused on achieving particular goals, but you've taken on too much. So the 10 is the highest card in the suit of Wands. This is really the bonfire before the pile of ash. Something's gonna have to give. It's going to have to be transformed in some way, because the self is being overwhelmed. So the easiest thing to do with the 10 of Wands is to edit things down a little bit and to say, do you know what, I am one person, there are 24 hours in a day. I'm not going to get all 10 things done, even though I desperately care about all of these things. I'm going to face the disappointment as such and maybe do 1 or 2 or 3 things and do those well, and then I'll pick up on these again in future. It's the acceptance of reality that if you try and keep all these plates spinning, sooner or later you're going to transform, i.e. you burn yourself out. And then you can't do any of these things. Whereas accepting the disappointment that, okay, I can't do everything I want, but at least you have one or two things which are sustainable and you do well and which take you in the right direction, then that is more than enough, and you'll be able to consistently work on those, finish them, and then move on to the other things. So the 10 of Wands is about pacing yourself. It's about structuring your day well. But again, with the Temperance card coming next, I'm getting that this guy, instead of managing, he throws it all down and he's like, enough. I can't carry these. It's become clear to me. I want to go home and I can't carry all this. So I'm really getting this sense of resignation, of a breaking point, something snapping, and it's like, I can't. So that's a prompt to then detox and to rest if you've had that kind of a moment where you've thrown the towel in. But it's not, that is optional, I think. What is possible here is to edit down a little bit and to say, okay, I'm going to do one or two things well, and then I'm also going to detox, do the same thing, but do it deliberately. I'm going to connect spiritually, see what my guides have to say, how I can create more balance in my life, how I can still thrive and blossom. And then you're getting the best of both worlds. So the Temperance card is a major arcana card, and obviously the Wheel of Fortune is too. So both of these are the big theme of the day. This is the minor arcana temporary influence. I feel that will get a lot of people to this moment of spiritual recognition. And the Temperance card, we do see this angel come down, so it's an epiphany in itself, and it's kind of creating balance between these two cups. So it's giving its energy to something that then receives it, and the process of this back and forth is in itself cleansing. So it's like, yeah, just think if you were literally to speak to an angel, I'm sure that would have you would have some sort of emotional response to that. And that's what this card is about. It's by connecting with the higher realms that something from the higher realms rubs off on you simply because you're engaging with them. And that process is a way of strengthening your own identity. And you see the sun at the third eye chakra position there. So this dialogue gives you a greater sense of self. It gives you a feeling that you can control what's happening in your life, that the past can be let go of, and you've got this future ahead of you, which leads to a really bright, positive place. The Wheel of Fortune, you can see all the different elements here. Excuse me. And at the center, we've got all these mythical symbols, but it's the sun, it's this wheel in the center that's drawing my interest, because that's what the Wheel of Fortune is. You're going to be spinning around on the wheel of destiny forever, unless at some point you focus on the axis of the wheel and you say, this is where I'm going to operate and I'm going in this direction. So it's like you steer the boat instead of just going for a ride. And that then is mind over matter. They've all got wings. So this is air, fire, earth, water. Your willpower is stronger than any of the elements, and it means that by taking charge of what you want in this way, simply having a dialogue, that then gives you a clearer sense of perspective. So this is the way really to get to the center point of the wheel, by simply being willing to have a spiritual conversation. It's going to put you right in the middle, and then you won't have to be a candle in the wind. Again, it's this underlying thread that you can weave into your life that says, okay, well, this may be happening on a Saturday, but ultimately what I'm doing here is I'm working towards a greater purpose, or I've got my own inner 3-year plan here. So this day isn't really the be all and end all. It changes the perspective around. So by having a more specific and long-term plan about your life, it means that the ride is going to be a lot smoother and you'll be able to influence it much more. Wow. Okay, so number-wise, we've got 10 and another 10 is 20. And then 14 is 34. 3 and 4 is 7. And 7 in numerology is the mind and creativity. So to me, that says creativity in itself is a spiritual practice. So you may get these amazing ideas and feelings through being creative, but also using your mind by doing things like reading and having a chat with yourself, not necessarily out loud. But you know, what am I at? Where am I at? What am I doing? Having that spiritual conversation, that dialogue. And it will allow you to get creative with your circumstances, so you're not in this position where you feel bogged down and stuck and you're just like a workhorse all the time, carting wands back and forth between locations. So it's an opportunity to get off the hamster wheel as such and to replace it with a merry-go-round. No, to replace it with something much more positive, a ride you actually feel like you're in control of and you can enjoy. And that leads to, again, a greater purpose, a higher outcome than the current operations offer you, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's what I get for you on this day. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading. To order your reading with me, I use the tarot, astrology, numerology, and my intuition in my personal readings. I combine all of them to kind of give you answers to any questions you may have. The progress chart transits allow me to see what's coming up in future. And if there are questions around locations and moving, astrocartography is an amazing tool that allows me to kind of see how the planets were moving over different parts of the Earth at the moment you were born, and how each area and location will then affect you. So if you're interested in any of that, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.